I'm Eric Naso with Newsshooter.com, and I'm here at Cine Gear Expo 2017, and I'm with Matthew Duclos with Duclos Lenses. How you doing today, Matthew?
Not bad, can't complain.
Yeah, so I see you got some cool new products. We have 3 you can show me today.
Yep.
Why don't we start right here? What do we got?
So the first one here is our tele extenders. We've been doing the 2 times extender for about a year now, and then the 1.4 times extender is brand new. New product, not a new concept. Everyone's been making extenders for a long time. What makes ours a little bit different, image quality is superb. And then the really unique feature is the adjustable back focus. It's built into the extender. So traditionally you had to shim your extenders, you had to tune them to the lens they were going on. You'd have 1 extender per lens. Maybe it would work on a couple. But with the built-in back focus, you can really put it on any telephoto lens and just do it on the fly really quick. So
It's almost like a broadcast lens where they have the back focus on the back.
yeah, so you take your lens that doesn't have that feature, and now you do.
And does it do anything to the image? I mean, obviously you're adding a little extra glass. Anything that people need to know about how it affects the image?
So anytime you put glass behind your lens, you're going to degrade your image to a degree. So the game is really maintaining as much image quality as possible, and we're getting about a 95% retention in the image quality, which is going to be significantly better than most tele extenders out there.
Are you finding certain PL lenses actually work better than others, or it's pretty much a universal?
I would say it's fairly universal. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The limitations really are physical more than they are optical. So it's not going to fit on every lens just because of physical limitations. But the lenses it does fit on, it works.
Okay, fantastic. And right next to them, we have another product.
Again, something that's not a new product, not a new concept, I should say, but it really hasn't been done well. It's a PL mount extension tube, macro extension tube. So everybody uses them for photography. You put it on the back, it reduces your minimum focus. You lose infinity focus, but you get awesome macro close-up focus with a simple, cheap accessory. So nobody was really doing a good one for PL mount. We saw a hole in the market and just made our own. It's stainless steel, it's rock solid, and it's just a cool accessory. It's one of those why not accessories, Keep it in the bag, use it when you need it.
And probably a little bit longer than normal lenses work best with the extension tubes?
So there's 3 versions. There's a 15 millimeter, a 20 millimeter, and a 35 millimeter. So you really sort of pick and choose the one that works best. You're going to want to stick to like 25 or 35 millimeter lenses and longer. So the longer the lens you use, the less effective that extension tube becomes, which is why we make the 35 millimeter for like a really telephoto lens. You can get really close. And then you can stack them too. So you can really extend it as much as you want and get some amazing close focus work.
Very cool. And over here, there's something super sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody likes these lenses right here. What do we got over here, Matthew? You guys are also the lens mod kings of the industry. So is that what we're talking about over here?
That is. That's one that we've been working on for a while. This is the Zeiss Otus. I think this is the 85. I don't remember. Yeah, we got the 85 on it right now. We've been switching it out. And it's on the RØDE 8K VistaVision camera, which is their VistaVision sensor. It's bigger than everything else out right now. Or at least in the common cinema, it's not 65 from Alexa. But these lenses work beautifully in terms of image quality. But they've got some shortcomings for motion picture work. So we have a regular Cine mod that works great. But when you go to the bigger sensor, you always had vignetting because it's such a large sensor. So we made First we made a 95 millimeter front, and we found on this camera in particular, it vignetted quite a bit. So we switched it up to a 114 front, and instead of using filter threads to attach the front, we used the bayonet, just like you would the lens shade. So it's a completely seamless 114 front. It uses the bayonet mount and gives you a nice clamp-on surface for any accessory, any matte box, filter tray, anything you want. So you just line it up. I can't see the marks from over here.
No,
It's got a really positive, a really satisfying click once it's in place.
Nice.
And it works great. And then the other bit to it is the focus ring. Traditionally, or on the normal lens without modifications, it's just a tiny little window right here. And you kind of, they're expecting you to just be looking through the viewfinder, find focus, no big deal. But for cinema, you really need to see what you're doing. So we took the focus gear and put a focus scale along with it. So it's integrated. So you've got all of your focus marks on the outside of the lens, and it's just so much more useful. It's all right there. Everything's custom engraved so that it's specific to that lens, and it's just it's meant to be a seamless package. It's not meant to be all this bulky add-on stuff. It just sort of blends in with the lens.
And talk to me a little bit about pricing, if somebody wants to bring a lens, do they bring it to you, or do you sell the lens? You obviously have a retail outlet at Duclos Lenses. You sell a lot of different lenses.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the mod cost, and then we'll go right backwards to the extension tubes and the extender.
Yeah, we sell pretty much every motion picture lens brand, including the Zeiss. So you can buy it with the mods, or you could send your lens in to be modified. Not entirely sure on the pricing yet. The front ring we have shipping already. I don't recall the pricing off the top of my head, but the focus scale has been out beta testing. We always do a lot of field testing before we actually release a product. We don't want to be those guys that say, hey, you bought it, sorry, send it back, something's wrong. So it's just completed its field test phase, and we'll come up with pricing and ship date and all that soon. But you're probably looking, for the front ring and the focus, you're probably looking around maybe the $400 or $500 mark for the kit installed and everything.
Okay. And then how about our cool
extension tubes are, wow, I really should know this pricing better. I want to say they're $295 each, which is pretty affordable for one of those, have in the bag accessories.
Yeah.
And then the extenders are $5,000 each.
And everything is available today.
These are available. The focus scale is not quite available. The front rings are. So that's these guys. All three Otus have a different ring. They're all tailored to that lens. Those guys are shipping right now.
Okay. All right, Matthew, thanks for sharing. Have a wonderful Cine Gear Expo.